Hi there, I'm Keith Brown. I'm from the Department of Electrical, Electronic and Computer Engineering here at Heriot-Watt University, and I'm going to tell you about the degree programs that we have on offer. We're part of the School of Engineering and Physical Sciences, which is the biggest school here at Heriot-Watt University, and we have a lot of different activities. The subject areas that we cover encompass power, both generation and distribution, robotics, instrumentation and sensing, wireless communication, 5G, sensing, including space applications and medical applications. We service a variety of different industries. Many of our graduates stay in research, and they may go and work in the defense industries, the automotive industries. Cars now have more than 50% of their value is to do with electrical engineering. Medical industries, these days people are expecting more and more from medicine, and this is supported by very complex medical instruments, which we look at. We have research groups that deal with. Back to the more mundane power generation, with the global warming, what's happening is we're having a move from traditional power generation to generation from renewable energy sources. We have research groups that look at that. Communications, the move from 4G to 5G is a huge developmental step. Household goods, we all want to have cheaper, well-functioning goods. These are all things we look at. Science, whether this is for surveying from space or surveying underwater, we look at different aspects of that as well. The Institute of Signals, Systems and Sensors has about 30 academic staff who all teach on the electrical, electronic and computer engineering degree programs. There are a few other staff that are also involved with these programs, but they're mainly from the Institute of Sensors, Signals and Systems. There's about a £5 million research activity each year. We are founder members of the Edinburgh Centre for Robotics. We have 3 centres for doctoral training, so you can continue your studies with us as a PhD student afterwards. We're involved with Horizon 2020 Marie Curie training networks, and we have an Erasmus Mundus MSc course. The research groups that we have are wireless technologies, which look at all different aspects of wireless, from Bluetooth to 5G and how we're going to get the 5G rolled out across the whole country. Smart system integration, which is looking at making things work intelligently and be embedded within normal devices. We've had projects where we have pills that people can swallow and look at the health of your gut without actually having to invasively go in there. We look at the health of big machines and monitor when they need maintenance done on them. We have a robotics and autonomous systems research group, which has a long history from the 1970s of working with underwater robots, and we've now extended and we use robots that work underwater, but we have airborne robots, robots that work with people, support people, and these will be of great use to us in the future. Signal and image processing, autonomous cars need to be able to sense their environment. So some of the work we've been doing in signal and image processing with companies like Audi has allowed cars that can find their way through quite difficult environments. We're looking at biomedical imaging, trying to have early diagnosis of different problems, and imaging the space from satellites. We're also involved with the National Centre for Energy Systems Integration, and we're looking at how we can both generate electricity but also distribute it safely and reliably across the whole country. In the last Research Excellence Framework exercise, which was held in 2014, we did very well. Heriot-Watt overall came third in Scotland, but general engineering, which is where our research got submitted, was ranked first in the UK. So our research is seen as being very valuable in the UK context. In terms of what we teach, we have 3 undergraduate courses, electrical and electronic engineering, which covers all aspects of electrical and electronic engineering. It includes software, power generation, robotics, signals analysis, and a range of other things. Anything that has electricity in it will be touched on by this course. We run a computing and electronics course, which is similar to the electrical and electronic engineering course, except it doesn't do as much of the power engineering, and it takes the programming and software engineering from computer science, but doesn't cover all of the theoretical aspects of computer science. So you still deal with signals, electronics, but you do programming, software engineering, and tackle a range of issues. Our third course is Robotics, Autonomous and Interactive Systems, and this has a very similar kind of breakdown to the Computing and Electronics course, but it's focused on applications that are robotics. These include underwater robots, autonomous cars, factory-based robots, and we have robotics courses right from the first year in this. If you do choose to come here, in your first year, you'll be put into small group tutorials, and that's because we understand that wherever you're coming from, whether it's directly from school, from college, from work, if you've had a gap year, university life is different. And in the small group tutorials, you can get to know the other students in the tutorial and the member of staff a bit better, and you can learn about different aspects of the university life and help develop your learning plan. Our degrees, all of them, have the same first 3 years for the MEng and the BEng courses. In years 4 and 5, if you do the BEng, you do an honours project, and that'll be based on a subject that you choose. You'll choose either from a list from the staff, and you pick your favourites, or if you come up with your own project, you can do that. In the MEng, you'll do a group project in your 4th year, and both the MEng and the BEng choose the advanced courses that they'd like to do. At the end of the 4th year, if you've done the BEng, you graduate with your honours degree. If you're on the MEng degree, in the first semester of 5th year, you do a 6-month industrial placement, and that can be with a variety of different companies, and then you come back and you do some more advanced courses in the 2nd semester of 5th year. We've got a huge range of companies that people over the years have gone and worked for their industrial placements. Some of them are through direct contact with the university, but some of them are students have found their own interest and chased up companies. When you come to that point, we'll give you support in what you need to look for. Our degrees all have the same first 3 years. All have the same first 3 years for the MEng and BEng, but each of the degrees is slightly different in years 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in the subjects that you choose. You'll do maths throughout 1st and 2nd year for all of the degrees. In the robotics course and the computing and electronics course, you'll do a specialised robotics group project. In the electrical and electronic engineering course, you'll do physics and mechanical engineering, and all of the courses do electrical engineering and practical electrical engineering skills. In the 2nd year, the computing and electronics takes on more aspects of programming, data structures. The robotics and automation course has a specific course on using robotic operating systems, and the electrical and electronic engineering course covers all of the aspects of electrical electronic engineering. In the 3rd year of all of the courses, we have 25% of the course comes from group projects, and These are projects which are set up for groups of about 5, and each group works as a company in competition with all of the other groups. So there'll be a task given, and it'll be bringing together lots of the different things that people have learned throughout the first 2.5 years of their course. It helps students get a good appreciation of what they really know about, and a lot of them don't realize how much they've learned. Then in the 4th year, I've already explained, you have project work, either individual or group, depending on whether you're MEng or BEng. And it's at this point in the 4th year that you choose your specialisms, so the things that really interest you at the time. But what we've made with the first 3 years is that you've got all the basics that will take you through the rest of your career. So even if you change your career path, which is very likely these days, you'll have the basics to be able to learn new topics and be able to go on to satisfy whatever you want to do in your project. Our course philosophy is about learning by doing. We're interested in giving you the background theory, but actually getting you to do things. So we give you projects. The projects you get in first year are much simpler and smaller and more achievable, and they build up over the years. But they're all about you learning how to learn and how much you really can do. To support that, we've got a new building called The Grid, which supports a variety of computer labs, maker labs, technology areas, presentation areas. And it's a fantastic resource, and it supports all of the things that students need to do with our courses. People are interested in what career options. One question is, will I get a job? Yes, you'll get a job if you want one. Our industry is hugely short of good engineers. The demand's very high. You can go into small companies. You can set your own company up. You can go and work in big companies with big graduate schemes. You can go and do postgraduate research. It's really where you want to go. We understand that you may not know exactly where you want to go now, but the course, as you work through it, will hopefully help you learn about the things that interest you. If you get into a job which interests you, it's much better for getting good job satisfaction and enjoying yourself. The UKSF, which we're one of the academic members of, is a charity which helps promote the United Kingdom electronics industry. It's linked up with lots of companies and offers scholarships. All of our students are eligible to apply for these scholarships and go on and work in them. But it's also done some market research and shown that in general, people that work in these industries are well satisfied, well paid, and find the work rewarding. Where do our graduates go? The most recent statistics we've got, which are a couple of years old now, show that basically all of our graduates get employed. There's, I think, one person in the list that didn't get employed, doesn't show up. That probably means they took a gap year or something. But we have over 90% employment in jobs that are relevant to the degree, which is a very high percentage. The university has campuses in Orkney, Galashiels, Edinburgh, Malaysia, and Dubai, and we offer our courses in Edinburgh, Malaysia, and Dubai. So there are opportunities to go for as little as 2 weeks to study in these other campuses, or for a whole year, or just for a semester. So if you're interested in expanding your horizons by studying, but you don't want to have a break in your course, we offer some really good opportunities for that. Okay, thank you for listening. I hope that's given you some of the information you want. You can always go to our web pages or email us to get further information, and I hope to see you on the campus sometime soon. Goodbye.